the solemn obligation when you are sworn into office. But he never took it seriously. He hasn't shown any interest in just doing the work or helping anybody but himself or his friends, or treating the presidency as anything more than a reality show to give him the attention that he craves so desperately. And the rest of us have had to live with the consequences. Almost 230,000 Americans have died. More than 100,000 small businesses have closed. Almost 300,000 jobs are gone in Michigan alone. America just had its single worst week of new cases. We've been living with this thing for months now. And we just had the worst week in terms of incidents. And in the face of that, what is Donald Trump's closing argument? No, he says that people are too focused on COVID. COVID, he's complaining. He's jealous of COVID's media coverage. But that's not enough. Now he's starting to accuse doctors of profiting off this pandemic. He actually said this. He said they're making a big deal out of it so they can make more money. Who says that? Here, you've got doctors who are risking their lives to save other people, who have to, every time they go in and then they come home, they have to completely isolate themselves, remove all their protective garments, shower, scrub, do everything just to make sure their own families don't get sick. In some cases, don't get to see their families, and he's saying they're doing that to make a buck. He can't fathom that somebody would be willing to make sacrifices for others unless there was some economic motivation. That's how he thinks. And now we've got his chief of staff saying, he said this on TV, said, we're not going to control the pandemic. Just flat out just said, we're not going to control it. We noticed. Yes, you're right. And that's why we've got to have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in the White House, because you're not going to control the pandemic. They just got kind of like I guess I'm dating myself. You guys remember Mad Magazine? The older people do. Remember, and you had Alfred E. Newman? Remember he had that big grin, funny-looking dude, ears like mine? And he used to say, what me worry? You didn't worry about anything. That's how these guys are. Why should I be worried? The same way, you remember when Republicans were saying, let Detroit go bankrupt. You remember that? And now they might as well just be saying, let America get COVID. It's not our problem. You're exaggerating it. That's what they are literally saying every day. Listen, if Trump were focused on COVID from the beginning, cases wouldn't be reaching new record highs across the country. And some of the places he's holding rallies have seen new spikes after he leaves town. He's going around having events, big events, no masks, no protective gear, no precautions. What's his obsession with crowds anyway? I mean, he's still worrying. He is still talking about his inauguration crowd being small, although he doesn't admit it. Does he have nothing better to worry about? That was 4 years ago. I mean, what kind of trauma did he go through? Did no one come to his birthday parties when he was a kid? Is Fox News not giving him enough attention? Lord. And that's the difference between Joe Biden and Donald Trump right there. Trump cares about feeding his ego. Joe cares about keeping you safe and your family safe and getting this country moving again. And that's why you've got to make sure that every single one of you vote. Look, this pandemic would have been challenging for any president. But this idea that somehow this White House has done anything but completely screw this up, well, the facts say otherwise. Canada, right across the way. Used to be you could go there, remember? Can't go right now.